Hey guys, Tarke here, and a bit of an odd video, and a video I didn't expect I'd ever have to make, but I think this is kind of an interesting discussion. So I want to give my viewpoint on trading and trading etiquette in Path of Exile. So there have been two recent videos that I've made which have received a lot of backlash, and I was quite surprised by it. One of them I kind of expected. The Taste of Hate video, I expected backlash. But this video I found very interesting. So long story short, for anything which happens, in this video, day one of the league, I got an Exalted Orb drop. And I was selling an Exalted Orb, I didn't know what to do with it. I was going, I've got this Exalted Orb, I want to reinvest it into my character. If I sell it now, I could sell it now and I could get some chaos, but in the long run I'm going to lose. So I could either sit on the Exalted and do nothing, and in a week I could sell it and get more currency than if I'd invested it straight off. Normally what you do in that situation is if you were pushing, you would get rid of the currency as quickly as possible to reinvest it into your character. Now, my internet actually went down for the first 8 hours of the league, so I've been playing catch up this entire league. I've been really far behind, so I didn't have the opportunity to reinvest that into, you know, pushing it up into content. So I was going, I wonder if I can just snipe some earlier items. Because the one thing which I was finding particularly interesting about leagues, especially league starts, is the economy. I've been saying that this league has always been like a big buzzing why I don't understand so myself into this league. Because I love league starts. I love trading. I played RuneScape for many years, and the only reason I ever used to play RuneScape was for the trading. I enjoy that feeling of finding a bargain, hunting through all different things. Like when I look for jewelry, I purposely sort through items without buyouts. I like the idea of finding the perfect item and then getting it, and then the reward of having this achievement. I like that. It's something I really enjoy. So in this video, I decided, you know, let's just see if any like top tier items have been listed. Because the problem is if you get a top tier item day one, no one has enough currency to afford it. So you have to sell it for cheap. You either have it sit in your stash, like in this case the Exalted Orb, and it does nothing for a week, or you have to sell it cheap. So I made a bunch of tabs, and one of the tabs I found was a Taste of Hate. And there were 3 Taste of Hates for sale with no buyout. So I thought, fuck it, let's just whisper all of them. One Exalt, maybe one of them will do it. And if one of them does do it, then that's going to be a much larger investment piece to sit in my stash for a week than if I just let the lateral inflation to hit the Exalt. Now, in this case, I made the trade, and I react accordingly. I, like, lose my shit. Someone's doing it. What the fuck?
What?
You can hear the dude in my Discord, they're all freaking out, like, what, really, a Taste of Hate? And, you know, after the trade, I kind of overreact a bit. I'm a bit cuntish, whatever. You know, I'm going on about, like, oh my god, PogChamp deal, wah! Now, one thing you do need to remember is when you've been awake for however many hours I've been awake at this point, 16 hours or whatever, and something really exciting happens, especially when you're with all of your friends, there's banter, when you've got a camera in front of you, a lot of people watching you, you're going to be announced about stuff. There was a funny reaction, I thought, you know, that was a funny reaction. People asked me how I got Taste of Hate. Let's make a clip, throw it onto YouTube. So I do that. Oh, careful, and my cat decided to just fall over. Right. Pretty understandable, get a weird dislike ratio. A lot of people call me an arsehole, so on, whatever. I can agree with it, it's kind of funny. I even make a joke, day one, Taste of Hate feels unethical, man. Now in this case, the dude got an Exalt, he agreed to the price, I didn't force him to it. I got a good deal, I definitely got the better deal out of the two. Understand the hate. Now this one's interesting. So in this case, this is a case of, I had an item for sale. For reference, the way I acquired the item was I had a Kadiro spawn with the item on it, and it was for sale for something like 1,800 coins. I looked on poe.trade at the time of buying it, and they were going for like 7 or 8C. Now, I knew it wasn't really worth buying, but it was the guard, it was the new helm, which someone tried. So I thought, you know what, sod it. It's a fun item. I just want to try it out for a few levels. So I bought it, I tried it out for a few levels, ran my lab with it, enchanted it. It was whatever. And I kind of got bored of it because the problem was is my clear speed became too good for it. It's just really a leveling item. So I thought, I'll just sell it in my stash tab. I'll throw it in my stash tab. They're normally 7C. This one has an enchant. I'll list it for 15. And you know, like half an hour later, whatever, I got a whisper from this dude. And his things, dude says, hey, I want to buy your item. And I'm like, sec. I say sec, and I say to him, I just want to quickly check the prices. And you see, I can look it up on the other monitor. Oh, hang on. And I realized, actually, I've ridiculously underpriced it. There were 4 others. The cheapest was like 40, someone up to 70. There's one other unlisted one. So I say, oh, hang on. Sorry, I made a mistake. Sorry, just checked. The price have gone way up. Can't do the trade. Whatever. End of. Now, he got really upset. he starts calling me a scammer, whatever, so on and so forth. And again, this was kind of a funny, weird thing. I thought this made a weird moment. I'll throw it on YouTube. People might find it interesting. And in this case, there's quite a lot of divided comments. So some people are like, I don't see what the problem is here. You made a mistake. You listed something for too cheap, whatever. And people saying that, you know, if you list an item for a price, it should be what it is. It's a dick move on your part, blah, 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 blah. Now, for me, when it comes to trading in this game, this is a game built around bartering. And the whole analogy of if you go into a shop and you pick up, like in this case, I decide I want to buy a camcorder. I go up on the shelf, the camcorder is listed for £100. By the time I get to the till, they've said it's worth £300. Now that is very different to a bartering-based system, which this game is. Day 2 of a league, with brand new cameras and equipment and whatever. You can't make that direct analogy. Now, in the case of me buying something, so in this case, let's just say a Death's Opus. I would like a Death's Opus. The most expensive one is 60, the least expensive one is 34. There are multiple listed for around 34, 35 because they are worse rolls than these ones. Now, if I go onto poe.trade and I see a Death's Opus listed for 10 Chaos Orbs, let's just turn this down a little bit. If I see one listed for 10 Chaos Orbs, my gut reaction would be like, oh my god, I really need this item, I'm broke, this is amazing, if I can buy it for 10 Chaos, brilliant. I'd whisper the dude. If he goes, hang on, let me check the prices, and goes, oh sorry, I've made a mistake, I'm not angry with the man, because I know that I was getting a good deal. So it would be a best case scenario, I would get a good deal, I would benefit, I would get progression. That dude would suffer. In his case, he's getting a better deal by not selling the item. No one is actually lost in this scenario. Because in the case of me buying the item for cheap, he would be getting a bad deal. Him unknowing. It's different when someone offers you a price, you know the price, you accept the price, and you go, okay, yeah, it's cool, whatever. But in the case of someone unknowingly making a thing, it's always going to be unfair to someone. And it is of my opinion, personally, that it is not my responsibility to make sure, something just got listed. It's not my responsibility to make sure that the other person who is this third party is always getting the best experience. Because I am a hardcore player. I play in hardcore. If my character dies, I lose all of my progress. The best way of acquiring progress is through currency and items. So anything I can do which will give me the most currency and items, I will do for the sake of making my character more powerful. Now, there are obviously limits to this. I'm not going to start hacking accounts. I'm not going to start RMTing because that destroys the entire purpose of the game. I'm not going to, like, if I'm mapping with a friend and an Exalt drops in his name, I'm not going to steal it off him and go off Skype or Discord, like, because that would be stupid. There's no purpose, there's no real purpose. In the case of someone making a mistake about listing something too cheaply or whatever, if you're the person buying, you know that you're getting a good deal. If you're the person selling, you don't know, you don't care, whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. I think that it's a bit much. Thank you for the follow, random person. I think it's a bit much to kind of expect too much of anyone's personality too much based on the way they play a game. In MMOs, I enjoyed PvP. So if I ever killed someone in an MMO, does that make me an arsehole? If the reason I play a game with PvP is to PvP and I kill someone, does that make me an arsehole? No, it means I'm playing the game correctly. Now, if I was someone who was a max level character and there's a dude who's level 5 and I decide to gank him for 3 hours straight, does that make me an arsehole? Yes, I'm clearly griefing him, but there's always levels, there are always extremes, there's no other. I just kind of wanted to get my thought process out there and why I make these highlights. I will continue to make these highlights because I do genuinely think they are quite entertaining moments. You may think that the streamer in question, in this case myself, is being a dick, but it is a funny clip. There is confusion on both of our parts. It is amusing to some people. In the same case of this, a lot of you guys watch my content, I think, for my personality. Seeing me being very excited about getting a trade, I would assume would be like PogChamp. Oh! Fucking scummazed! That I think would be mildly entertaining. Maybe I misread the content on my channel somewhat. In that case, I do apologize. I can just stop making these highlights, but I'm not going to completely change the way I play the game, you know, for the sake of other people. That being said, I am always happy to help. And, you know, if someone asks me a question, I will very happily stop what I'm doing and spend 20, 30 minutes talking to explain something to them, because that is actively helping them. Now, there's a difference between helping someone and there's a difference between giving them just handouts for no reason. At the end of the league, give out handouts all you want. Day one of the league, I will do what I can to get the most out of my currency. Anyway, I don't really want to convince anyone of any different opinions. If you think that I acted badly in these two scenarios, continue to think I acted badly, but I just wanted to put my point of view out there. And, you know, if you want me to stop making these highlights, I will, but I'm not going to change the way I trade because I enjoy trading in this game. I'm Tarke. These have been two questionable, maybe unethical trade highlights. You can decide on that. It's your own opinion, but I just thought I'd say my bit. Have a good day. Bye-bye.